is finally over, and there still isn't anything you can do.
Hey there, guys. Welcome back to Tales of Xillia Blind with your host Dameol SC. Last time, I actually killed her, but a lot of people pointed out, it's like, dude, one of the missions you had was actually super important. And they told me to watch it on YouTube, but screw that. I have the magic of save points. So, we're actually back in the past. Obviously, Agria's not dead yet, but we're definitely going to try and find a little bit more about her, because frankly, I know nothing. I kind of know a little bit about all the other Chimeriad, although I have to say that Press's story is not really all that. It's like, she's a double agent, and she had the thing with Alvin once, and she's slutty. Like, that's her whole character. And okay, but hopefully I'll learn a little bit more Agria here, because frankly, she's the one that confused me the most. I actually, for a long time, thought that she was one of the early boosters, and her brain got damaged, but then they said Wingle was the only one using a booster, so obviously that's not it.
Please, calm down, Lady Nadia. My friends will be back with harmonica grass for him soon.
That may be why she lost her mind so much, because I totally ignored that side quest.
Blah, blah, friends, this, grass, that. Don't you get it? We need to get out of here.
We got the harmonica grass.
The hell?
Agria, what are you doing here?
I swear to God, I mean, they say people that are losing their minds do, like, rock back and forth uncontrollably, and it's not usually that kind of rocking, but still, she's messed up.
These your so-called friends?
Yes.
This is classic.
How do you know Prin?
Because she's the liaison for us Azul spies.
Oh, wow. Leave it to Agria to, like, just trample all over sensitive information.
Lady Nadia?
Ah, who cares? These chumps don't have the balls to rat you out. Prin's job is to pass all the juicy information I collect back to Azul.
Interesting. Why isn't that your job, considering you go back there so often?
Is that true?
It is.
And this Sylph J was your means of communication.
Is that the same bird that was going to Alvin this whole freaking game?
No way.
How does that feel, Pimple? How does it feel to know you tried your very best to help an enemy spy?
People are still good people.
Hey, you! Not only do you stink of hypocrisy, you reek of stupidity, too!
I'm noticing the only time Agria stops swaying is when she's pointing at people. I feel like the act of pointing is a way of her to just signify paying attention.
What?
Leia!
I'd stay back if I were you. Wouldn't want to get my stench of stupidity on you.
Seriously, you're going to worry about what Agria says? Agria is... I don't throw this word around very... but Agria is actually crazy. I mean, it's like paying attention to what I mean, there are some things that if you listen to a crazy person, they actually do have some amount of insight because they don't think the same way we do, but seriously, it's like, you have sympathy for human beings and don't just see things as friend and enemy. You're dumb. No, that's not how the world works, Agria.
Come on.
Excuse me. I just wanted to thank you for all your help. If you hadn't brought the harmonica grass, Bobo would have died. Now he's going to be fine.
Tell me, do you have some connection to Nadia's family in House Travis?
I also think it's a little bit interesting that it's like, oh yeah, but now they're going to keep spying again. It's like, well, at this point in the game, Gaius runs both kingdoms, so it's not like there's even any damage to it. Ironically and hilariously, the one who did the most damage to Finmont was us, because we ended up killing Noctigal. Which, I'm not saying that we did a bad thing, I'm not saying I regret what we did, but it's just, it seems a really weird thing to get hung up about I was helping an enemy spy. By the way, I killed the king.
I do. My mother was her nanny. I've known her since she was a baby. So Agria really is nobility.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to act like it, though.
Sadly, Miss Nadia's mother was a commoner, and she was subjected to much abuse because of
Oh,
it.
really?
The Travis family has always been focused on privilege, even by the standards of the 6 ruling houses.
So we know 2 of the ruling houses now. I wonder if we'll actually find out the other ones.
Eventually, Nadia's mother, the only support Nadia had, became estranged from the Travis family leaders. She died shortly after, and Nadia was convinced they had conspired to kill her.
Unfortunately, I am not at all sure that Nadia is incorrect there. Should I call her Nadia or Agria?
Is that why she became a spy for Azul?
I mean, that's speculation at this point.
It's no excuse for selling out her country, but
Who could blame her at that point?
I suppose what Rashagal was doing would be unacceptable in any country.
That is very, very true.
Prin, is Bobo the name of that Sylph Jay?
Yes! Yes, it is. Welcome to, like, 3 minutes ago in the conversation.
yes, Miss Nadia named him herself.
Or does Bobo have some significance?
She's been taking care of him since he was an egg. She's always loved him.
I see. Thank goodness he's okay.
Just seems like such an out-of-left-field question.
Even if Agria did laugh at me, I'm glad that Bobo's alright.
I love how you were just a second ago feeling stupid for feeling sympathy for... And then you're just like, well... I was helping, you know, the informant, but I'm glad I helped the actual carrier... I get it. I like Leia because of how pure her heart is, but man, she doesn't think logically, like, at all. She lets the opinions of others get to her. I feel like Leia's the type of person that just wants everyone to like her. And that's why Agria gets to her so much, because Agria just straight up does not like her.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know what to do about it. She's actually probably never been in a situation, because basically everyone in La Ronde really likes both Jude and Leia. They were like, seemed to be some of the most popular kids in that town. So she's probably never run into a situation where someone actually outright hated her. And even more than that, it feels like Agria was like adept and figured out exactly how to push her buttons.
You really are exactly how Dr. Jude described you, Leia.
Indeed, she inspires smiles wherever she goes.
Alright, so I missed out on a psychic ring by not doing this beforehand, but I'm not going through that again. And plus again, the fact that I didn't do it on my natural playthrough means that we're actually kind of correct. This is the halfway point, yeah. Kind of correct to do it this way. So, because I didn't get the psychic run on the blind portion. Coming back now would be... I wouldn't... If someone told me to go back beforehand, and I actually went and did it, I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, now the blind run is ruined. But I do think there's a certain amount of honor in saying I didn't actually think to do this myself, so I shouldn't get to keep the rewards for it. Here we go. Oh, that was weird. I chose to proceed on, and then it didn't proceed on. I had to actually press buttons.
It's scary how much spirit energy is here.
Yeah, and it's a broiling black mass.
I can actually feel the mana pouring out of that thing.
Mana.
It's nothing short of a miracle that this spirit climb even exists. The slightest disturbance could collapse the entrance. It would take any number of cosmic coincidences to create this place.
Or the actions of a god.
Doesn't it remind you of the channeling circles used in spirit arts?
Actually, yeah, now that you mention it.
I wonder where Alvin is.
More importantly, we should probably get inside that thing before Gaius and Muse's battle bring it crashing down.
Okay, well... Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
I'll go first.
No, that's okay. Going first is kind of my thing.
Alright.
What was that a reference to? God damn. It's actually really funny how much my opinion of Alvin has teetered back and forth in this playthrough. Because I started out really liking him and thinking that he was a lot of fun and just a slightly different personality than I've seen. And then I got to the point where I'm like, why do you keep him around? He's obviously betraying you. You guys are idiots. I still liked him as a character, but he frustrated me because he, everyone else acted so stupid in regards to him. And now, I really feel like, him accidentally shooting Leia just destroyed his entire viewpoint of himself and left him adrift. And I may feel more for Alvin. Alvin's not my favorite character in it, but I think he may be the one I empathize with the most. Because I've shot someone. No, I haven't. I've never even fired a gun.
See everybody on the other side.
Break on through to the other side. So I assume that's the other side? Or is Muse somehow behind us?
Without Lord Maxwell. Lost. No path. No purpose.
Yeah, you've never lived for yourself. And granted, I don't know how much spirits ever live for themselves, to be frank.
A powerful spirit like you should think for herself.
Oh, damn.
Don't know how. Please. It can be anyone. It can be you. Give me purpose.
Wow, I feel so sorry for Muse, but that's a good point. If she's never had to think for herself, she doesn't know how to make decisions. But Gaius won't do it.
You can't mean to betray Maxwell.
Because Gaius very, very much has no sympathy or empathy for people that... Gaius respects the strong. Well, obviously I need to run towards these things. What the hell? Okay. Did that wrongish. Hey, put me down! Rude! Put me down again! Seems you're working just fine to me. I'm gonna save that. It'd be a waste to use one of these guys. Oh, there's one over here too.
All that training's paying off.
Maybe it's time for a black belt.
Awesome. So I've captured the light. Trouble is I don't actually see where I'm supposed to be going.
I had no idea that places like this existed in our world.
You think we're in our world?
We're in our world anymore.
Okay. Oh wait, that caused that to appear. I hope I'm going the right way. I honestly have no idea.
Get him! Get him!
The familiar battle.
Okay. Wow, I've got a lot of these. Oh, I missed it. I keep forgetting to give him enough time to actually finish. Sit down, son.
I refuse to run away.
Alright, and then there's something up here. Is that where I came in? I think that was where I came in. So I went the exact wrong way. I see, so that is actually causing this to show up. Which means if I run over here, I should actually... I just didn't notice it before. Okay, because it's kind of dim. I see what you're putting down, game. I see what you're putting down. Nope.
It's not working?
Try water!
Familiar battlefield. Now, please, my reward. Don't worry, I'm here with
Alright. Knock some of these guys down. Alright, now we got some ice walls going on. Awesome. Chime them to death. Chime the crap out of them. Here we go. That's the way you do. Damn. I do feel, man, it's like you either are doing those every 3 seconds or you're barely doing them at all. But it's still pretty awesome. Just barely missed the jump too. I pressed X and it didn't quite work. Okay. This feels horribly unsafe. I wonder if that thing will follow me onto this. I would assume no, but what do I know? Why do I need water to come down for me to jump? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, I don't think I'm supposed to go that way. I think I just saw a place to go and ran for it. Is that a good... Is setting the world on fire good? Okay, what did that do? I mean, it did something. I can see better. Is there something over here now? Signs point to not really. Oh, okay. That's what I have to hit that again. I did not know. No one told me these things. So you are glowing. Why are you glowing? You apparently are not glowing for any important reason. That's pretty rude. Interesting. Well, that's super convenient that they give you that. I guess in case that you weren't smart and you didn't stock up before you came in here, which actually I'm not sure I did. I was going to warp back, but then I loaded the other save because I'm smart. Alright.
What a strange place.
Pretty beautiful, though. Oh yeah, I have to press the damn button.
Who's there?
These are the temporal crossroads, which connect the human and spirit realms that I created.
Well, that probably makes you Maxwell. Although I don't know, there could be another twist in that there was no Maxwell all the time. That wouldn't make sense, because the whole point of Mila was to distract Exodus and have them go after the wrong person. So if there never was a Maxwell to begin with, then how would Mila distract them? Whoa, what the hell?
Indeed. I am Maxwell, Lord of the Spirits.
What? How do I get one of them swanky chairs?
I never thought humans would reach this place.
We've come a long way to ask you something. We want you to tell us about Mila.
We heard that you used Mila as bait. Can you tell us why?
Well, yeah, so that Exodus wouldn't be able to kill him as easily. Which is kind of selfish when you think about it, but granted, when you're the Lord of Spirits, you probably see humans and lesser spirits as tools rather than as people.
I see. You must have been her companions.
And frankly, it becomes a very, like, gray area morally, because is it wrong for a god to see humans as tools? Because as much as we think of ourselves as having sentience and self-awareness, if we are to accept the idea of a god, we have to accept that a god is a being of, you know, it's... If we say that it is wrong for a god to use humans as tools, we must also say that it is wrong for humans to use, you know, like, draft animals as tools. You know, we definitely use horses for means of locomotion, or we did until we could invent cars, because we are vastly superior to them, but they're still sentient. You know, what really is the difference if we accept the idea of a god?
Yes, we traveled together. She taught me to think about many things.
I could say such an immature thing right now, but I'm going to refrain.
About power, and what I must do. And then she died. That's when I finally realized what I should do. What I have to do.
Start living for what Mila wanted rather than just for Mila. I feel like that was the big problem with Jude, is that he just wanted to help Mila. He didn't care what she was doing. And after she died, he had to actually consider her quest instead of just her.
And what is that?
Destroy the schism. It's the only way to save both Riza Maxia and Olympius.
What? Like, I get it, the current denizens of Olympius are kinda boned, and the schism is really, really hurting them, but... What? Like, Maxwell made this world because the citizens of Olympius were just harvesting spirits for power, and they didn't give a crap. And so your solution is to open your world up to them when they're already trying to just use it as a resource and kill everyone inside? I disagree with this.
Fool. The outside is overflowing with Spirexes. Do you wish to destroy all of Riza Maxia? Her reason for choosing death had eluded me until now. But now I am certain.
I love his chair so much.
You lot tempted Mila away from her mission. It is because of you she took such foolhardy actions.
Actually, she died fulfilling her mission. What are you talking about?
And now, you plan to dispel the schism and bring about the end of the world.
Maxwell, please, listen.
Bane of my creation, be gone from my world.
Great, now I have to fight Maxwell for a cause I don't even believe in. Because, yeah, I mean, again, there are people in Olympius that deserve to live, but there's absolutely no reason to think that lowering the schism is going to cause anything good to happen. It's going to just lead to a massive invasion of Riza Maxia. Holy crap. All right.
Hold the power of the spirits.
Wait, what? You're mystic arting?
All will be led to one truth, one judgment that befalls us all. Elemental meteorite!
I didn't know he was in this phase. No one told me this.
Not yet. Hail judgment! Die! Elemental change! Trinity drive! Trinity drive! Trinity drive! Hold the power. The spirit.
God damn it! Resurrect me. Will you please? Flash step? Wow, I barely heard him. This is not going well.
Sunburst.
Wait, what just happened? Okay.
Do you really understand? Can you possibly comprehend what you are attempting to do?
I was not sure if that was a real fight. But yeah, apparently he does eventually just use a move, and he didn't kill me.
We know precisely what we are doing. That is why we do it.
I don't know precisely what we're doing.
Ask you about Mila.
I really don't. You know, it's basically like, you know what? The fire ants and the normal ants deserve to live, so let's just put them in the same tank. Oh, damn, all the normal ants are dead.
We want to know the truth behind Maxia, and why you would use Mila as bait.
What difference does it make? What would change if I told
Why do we think he hasn't already told us? His reasons make total sense.
We don't know. But not knowing certainly hasn't gotten us anywhere.
Two millennia ago, Spyrix appeared in this world.
And that's another good question. How did Spyrix make it over here?
Spirits perished. Nature withered and died. Humans began following the path of annihilation.
Or by this world, do you mean, Olympius? Because that's the thing, it's like, it's possible that they could have just naturally been invented over in Rize Maxia as well as Olympius, but I kind of feel like someone from Olympius must have gotten in 2 millennia ago.
So I saved all the spirits and animals I could, and I gathered humans born with the ability to produce mana. It was then I created Rize Maxia, and sealed them all inside it, to provide a haven from the Spyrix.
Which... It's funny, this sounds exactly like the opening of Skyward Sword, wherever there was a great calamity going on in the world, and so the goddess Xillia raised the kingdom, you know, raised the people to the heavens in order to protect them. And in that one, Xillia is the hero. Here, apparently, that's bad.
The world is an ark that must sail until Olympius falls. No one may disembark until then.
So what? We just twiddle our thumbs until Olympius dies?
Yeah, I still don't know how Alvin got over here.
That can't be the only way to save humans and spirits.
It is.
But at this rate, the people on Olympius will all die.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have used spirits as food. Or at the very least, if they're going to use spirits as food, have a plan for when the spirits run out.
Pity them not. I had my human allies warn them that Spyrix would bring nothing but annihilation. Yet the humans persisted in its use. Furthermore, once they realized that the spirits in their world were going extinct, they took drastic measures. They launched their assault upon Rize Maxia.
Yeah, exactly. And that is how the humans of Olympius committed their greatest sin. They didn't look for an alternate energy source. They just started sucking the life out of other places.
You must be referring to what happened 20 years ago.
That must have been when the massive hole opened in the schism.
Yeah, what massive hole? I've not heard anything about this. Wait a minute. I never put that together. The, like, calamity that happened in the battle that caused Gaius to become king was caused when Alvin and, Alvin's uncle, came through. That's how they got through. It was the first time they must have forced a hole in the schism, and then there was such a power imbalance that it caused the massive explosion in the battlefield that wiped out the armies of Azul.
Yes. I cannot leave this place, so I created Muse as my replacement to eradicate any intruders.
And yet, some folks snuck right in under your nose.
And those folks were Exodus?
A clever lot. They avoided my detection and went into hiding, so I came up with a plan. Exodus knew that if I were to die, my schism would die with me. I realized that with the proper bait, I could lure my prey out of hiding.
That can't be right.
Well, I mean, that makes sense for what we know.
Wait, you don't mean...
Wait, that was very clearly Lee's talking. Why is Tipo moving his mouth?
Yes. I created a life I could expose to my foes that would lure them into the open. You know by now who that is.
I do indeed. And this is the problem, because frankly, from my point of view, I don't really think Maxwell did anything wrong. The big objection seems to be that, but Mila's our friend, but so what? I mean, again, if you accept the idea of him effectively being a god...
Mila.
So that's the question. Jude's character relies on the abandonment of ideas of higher forms of existence.
How could you?
The spirits are... Maxwell's just a powerful spirit, but it doesn't have any rights other than we would afford a king or so. But that's the even thing. If a king has bodyguards that die in his stead, we think that's normal.
But did she know she was an imposter?
I am not so careless. I engraved my words into her heart, and I had her raised to believe she was truly Maxwell.
But that means her mission meant nothing. Did she even mean anything to you?
Of course. She was an essential cog in my machine.
Yeah, I feel like that they're trying to drive this point home, but the problem is the point goes against. It's an emotion-based point. It's a point that Leo will totally get behind, but my logical brain is like, yeah, but it's... And?
Don't you dare call her that!
Nothing has changed. I have given you the gift of the truth, yet your response remains the same. You let your emotions control you, and seek to destroy that which you do not understand.
Wait, we're going to get crap.
See the greater vision.
You're the only fool here!
A lowly human dares address me as such.
That's right. Why didn't you try to understand Mila? Why did you ignore your people?
Got it!
So he doesn't like Earth. Man, he is hard to track down. Man, Maxwell likes his air attacks. That's for dang sure. Oh, that's wind base, isn't it? Yeah, that's a bad attack to use. What is... Cerber Strike. Okay, there it is. My god, his attack moves are so weird and hard to, like, actually pin down. Because it's like, I get in there to hit him. Okay, now I've actually got him on the ropes a little bit. That is, I heard him do that, and I was like, this is bad. I don't actually see him go into his overcharge mode. Again?
It makes no sense. How could people such as these have twisted my card?
Do I ever actually get to fight Maxwell? I mean, like, I don't actually want to beat him because I agree with him, but it's a little annoying. They keep putting me into a fight, and then as soon as he uses Mystic Art, the fight's over.
The hell are you talking about? Mila never changed, not an itty bit.
Impossible.
Do you really not get it?
I don't think Maxwell is prepared to deal with free will. And actually, that makes sense, because from what we know from Muse, spirits are just, like, bound to what they're told to do. They don't actually... They may not even have free will, frankly.
You've got it all wrong!
Because the Four definitely served Mila without question, too.
What?
Did you really create Mila?
Indeed. He seems to know nothing about her. Mila change. Preposterous.
What are you talking about?
We all know Mila would never abandon her mission.
Then how do you explain her actions? Her mission was never to destroy the schism.
She wasn't trying to, you dumb butt.
Mila sacrificed her life trying to save everyone. She obeyed only her own heart. Nothing she did was for you.
She was trying to destroy... She wasn't trying to destroy the schism at all, though. She was trying to destroy the Lance of Kresnik.
What complete nonsense.
How many times are we gonna do this?
Total annihilation.
No, I won't run anymore. I will face my fears. I will walk through victory.
The great spirit gather.
I won't lose.
Hold the power of the spirit.
The whole power of this.
Final fury!
You didn't even hit anybody!
All will be led to one truth, one judgment that befalls us all. Elemental meteor.
I swear to God, if it ends the fight after this, I'm going to be very annoyed.
Not yet.
Won't stop me.
Dude! How many times are you going to do this?
No matter how many times you regain your feet, I will simply knock you down again. Your life ends here.
That may be what you think, but it's not for you to decide.
Ridiculous. Look at yourself, fool. You can barely even stand up. Do you really think you have the strength to resist me?
Well, yeah, if your aim sucks.
Yes, I do. I know that I do.
What did you say?
You answered my question?
This is impossible. You must die!
I think this must be where Maxwell finds out that human beings are fundamentally different than spirits. He doesn't seem to have ever understood that.
Isn't that right?
One punch! What the fuck? Apparently, Jude's punch has the power to bring back the dead?
I must be dreaming.
Jude must be Jesus!
Is this truly happening?
Mila? No way!
I don't know if Mila's gonna be happy. What, is Mila gonna fight Maxwell now? I'm so con-
Maxwell's mission to protect the future for all of us. both human and
Was she trying to destroy this? I never thought she was.
Can this be? Was this the Four's doing?
uncertain? Uncertainty makes you weak, you know.
Oh goddamn, she still has them?
Are you all sure about this?
How dare you?
How dare you, sir?
Okay, Jude. Let's go.
Right. Here we go.
Do we actually get to fight him now?
Everyone, there is nothing to fear. Even the great Maxwell.
How can this be?
Nothing is impossible with Mila. You were the only one that didn't see that, Maxwell.
Okay. So. Phoenix Plunge. Mirage Blitz. Okay, probably won't use that one a lot. That wasn't amazingly pretty. I haven't had Mila in a long time, so I wanted to see my new stuff. Oh, that. I mean, still, that's Earth-based, so it's probably the best one. Oh yeah, this one. Love that one. Crack-a-boom. Go Tipo, go Tipo, go. Go Tipo, go Tipo, go. Mila, you ready for this? You're back in the party. It's time to have fun. Oh god damn it! He always does that. He always interrupts me in the middle of my cool stuff. Well, that's a bit different than Elemental Storm.
Not yet.
Oh wait, he's weak to water now. Oh damn. Okay. I'm on fire. Okay, so if he's weak to water... I don't have anything that's water-based. I have Aqua Sweep, but Mila doesn't link off that. That is unfortunate.
Hold the power of the spirit! Like a horizon, put your name into fate! Sunburst!
Holy shit! What does this do about that? I think we're all just dead. Definitely have to use a treat after that. Keep him stunned.
Behold the power of the spirit!
Again?
The sinful and revenge the fallen! Hunt the sinful! Futile!
Okay, I think he lost it. It's hard to tell. You can't actually see when he's got it working.
You alright?
Okay, I don't know why you didn't do it, but okay, cool. Second time you haven't... I mean, the last time you got interrupted, this time you just didn't do it.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
What the hell is hitting me? You want to stop, please? Now he's weak to Earth, huh?
Behold the power of the spirit!
That's one!
Hunt the
Okay, he's down to 23,000. Ow. That was fair. You gotta watch your flank, buddy. I'm over here.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
What the hell? Can you stop? Can you stop, please? Oh damn, Elise. Yeah, I did not realize you were that low. Now he's weak to air.
Behold the power of the spirit! Let the ground beneath dance to my command!
Damn it.
The origins of time and space.
Okay. Holy ouch.
Elemental change!
Hello, Mila, hit it. Mila, why do you have no... Mila, what the hell? Yeah, he's just draining all of our stuff. So I guess I can't get rid of this at the end, but...
Behold the power of the spirits! Trinity Drive! Trinity Drive! Trinity Drive! Trinity Drive! Let's go! Hunt the simple and avenge the boy!
Okay, well that did it.
I heard a voice. It called out to me and said,
We just killed God, guys.
Really you?
Elemental.
Yes, all right.
I'm just getting started.
Holy crap, Leia.
I feel much stronger. You're really coming into your own.
I'll overcome anything.
There's always room for improvement.
Just keeps getting better.
Hey,
Hi there.
Way to ruin the scene. No, not really.
She's back. For real.
How is she back, though?
I feel blessed to have lived long enough for this reunion to think that we would meet again.
This feels like a dream. But it's real, isn't it?
I'm glad to see you too.
welcome back, Mila.
Thank you.
And what happened to Gaius exactly?
Hey! Stay away from us! Or am I gonna have to finish you off myself?
God damn it,
I do
Tebow.
not understand. The Four. Tell me, what is the meaning of this?
I could no longer stand idly by and allow you to continue with this folly.
Right. Exactly. So we decided to help Mila out and bring her to the spirit realm.
Wow, that's Sylph.
How dare you? I gave no such order.
Lord Maxwell, all people have hearts and minds, just the same as we do.
You can't just treat them like tools, even if it does help save the world in the end.
I guess the four of us are the only ones that can't talk
You may
possible
not
reason to
want
him.
give me my mission. Nevertheless, it was still my own mission.
You exerted your own will. And that was a decision that came straight from your own heart.
Yes.
The world you created seems to serve no purpose other than to exist. But what kind of life is that for its people?
Wait, what? What kind of life is not being dead?
We all just want to live.
What? So there's no purpose is to let everyone live, and we want to live.
I suppose this is why I could not understand your actions. Human hearts truly are complicated things. Perhaps my ignoring that fact is what ultimately led me astray. I shall dispel the schism.
Are you serious?
Maintaining the schism requires a tremendous amount of mana. Dispelling it will disperse this energy into the world. That should protect the world's spirits. At least for a time, anyway.
So now we have to deal with...
It will grant us a reprieve of a few years. Possibly even a few decades, at best.
Is this the end of the game?
Thank you, Maxwell.
I don't feel like it can because Gaius came here and has not been dealt with.
We'll figure out a solution.
Or Wingle.
Both Riza Maxia and Olympius will live on together. We'll find a way. You have my word.
But this is feeling very climactic.
So, Maxwell, you would step down from your rightful place as this
There they are.
God?
Gaius?
Answer me, Maxwell.
I have grown weary of constantly being at the mercy of human hearts.
Maxwell.
What? How are you at the mercy of human
If you wish
hearts?
to abdicate your throne as Riza Maxia's guard, then I shall sit upon it in your stead.
A mere human to replace me as my equal? How absurd. You are not worthy at all.
It is not a question of being worthy. It is a question of actually
That's an
being
interesting way to
able.
rationalize it.
If you cannot fulfill your obligations, then I certainly will.
Not so fast. I'm afraid that's not gonna work for me either.
It matters not. I don't need your approval.
Hey, she's Mila Maxwell. If Maxwell stands aside, then she is the next person.
It can't be.
The hell is that? Wait, are they bringing freaking... They brought the Lance of Kresnik here? How?
What choice
Oh, that's
do
out.
I have? After all, you refused to tell me what I should do, now didn't you?
Muse, have you lost your mind?
I cannot allow you to destroy the schism!
Maxwell, you shall serve as the cornerstone of your own world.
The F? Oh my... This is just starting to get implausible for me.
It's my mission
I mean, it's...
to protect the schism. My mission. Mine.
Release me right now. That is an order.
I'm afraid it's too late. You're always too late.
Muse, come to me.
Why are the four doing nothing about this? And why is Gaius willing to be served by such a vapid individual? What the...
Stop now. You can't be to unleash.
What is that? Did you just pull out Muse's heart and wield it as a sword?
Behold, Muse's true power. A sword that can slice through space and time.
I don't expect we'll meet again. Farewell, my sister.
You can't be serious.
Why are you doing this? Gaius!
For the sake of those who were killed, I will go to Olympias.
Okay, and do
You shall
what?
return to Riza Maxia, where you cannot interfere.
Come on, you gotta be kidding me!
No! I can't hang on!
I'm so... Ugh.
Release! Help!
She just said she couldn't, Tipo.
What can we do?
Maxwell, no!
Wait! What's going on?
Not another one!
Leave at once. This man is not worthy of the name Maxwell.
We shall see.
Everyone brace yourselves!
Okay, so we went... Was that... Did Maxwell send us somewhere? I think Maxwell sent us through a different portal. I don't know how he did, because those are Muse's portals. But granted, Muse is just empowered with Maxwell's power. Which again begs the question, couldn't Maxwell just take his power back? That's probably why Muse referred to herself as Mila's sister, because they were both simply extensions of
Where
Maxwell.
am I?
Wait, is Olympias our world then? It almost looks like our world.
Mila.
She seems very stiff.
Hey there.
Good morning.
What happened?
Good morning.
She's a robot?
Hey, how are you feeling?
Not like a robot.
I'm alright. But where are we?
This is Balin's residence.
Balin?
Who's that?
My cousin. You know, the one in Olympias. I could have sworn I mentioned him before.
So that must mean...
We made it to Olympias!
Is this trying to say that Olympias is the real world, and when it talks about how we use the spirits for fuel, that it's sort of like we got away from the old ways, and invested in science instead of fantasy. You know, gone are the days of dragons and all that.
Rise and shine. How are you feeling?
What the heck was that? He was like falling down.
Not bad.
I'm fine. Balin, I presume.
I guess Mila's not a robot. She just definitely seemed like it at first.
Yep. AKA the guy who saved your butts. Not that it was a dramatic rescue or anything. Running into you was pure luck. Feel free to shower me with gratitude, though. Sure. Hey, Balin? Don't we seem, you know, strange to you?
Yeah, you're wearing very colorful clothes. We don't believe in that in this world.
Maybe a little bit.
I'm surprised you recognize me. It's been 20 years.
That's Uncle's gun, huh? You should thank him for it.
Oh, so Alvin had what is his name? His gun the whole time.
It's a little tricky thanking the dead.
Oh, right. Good point.
Wow, Balin certainly doesn't seem torn up about it.
Huh, where is it?
Yeah, he's definitely limping. Really, it zooms in to make sure I notice that?
Interesting.
He's an odd bird, even for Olympias.
I wonder if I can put a, asparix on it.
You looking at my leg? No.
Yes, you are.
Jude.
Ah, don't worry about it. Childhood mishap. Calibration complete.
Balin, stop.
What are we calibrating exactly?
Why? Hey, that's... I didn't think folks from the other side would have seen one of these before.
What is it?
Hold your horses.
Huh?
Life would be a drag without it. Literally.
Yeah, it's almost the same as she has.
Oh, you're probably all starving. Why don't you mosey around while I whip something up? It's your first time on this side, after all.
I will do that. It's also interesting that Mila's mission is apparently to destroy all the Spyrex, but also to let Olympias survive when they depend on Spyrex.
Yeah, I never knew beating up monsters would be so lucrative.
As I always say, it's the gear that makes the man. Well, after one scarf, of course.
That's your priority?
Absolutely, scarves are awesome. Why do they say that? Because I have over 100,000 gold? Okay, I really just need to save. I can freaking quick save, can't I? I keep forgetting that's a thing. But I'm definitely quick saving because we are over an hour in. Holy crap. I could have quick saved like halfway through there, but I'm pretty sure halfway through we were already in the, like, talking to Maxwell. And so, the episode was just over an hour long, guys. What do you want me to say? No. Fuck, we're not done yet. I need to talk about what... I know I made my views pretty clear when I was playing the episode, but I don't know if I'm just the world's biggest idiot, but I never actually thought that Mila was trying to destroy the schism. I'm guessing that was when she ran up to the... At the very end, when she ran up to the Lance of Kresnik, she may have been trying to fire it, but I never really thought that. I thought she was doing something in order to convert the power of the lance into a shield that would protect the others, but she wasn't able to extend it to herself. So, that's a little... I mean, that's a complete reversal of what I thought Mila was aiming to do. I definitely thought that her aim was to, you know, destroy the Lance of Kresnik and preserve the schism. So for her to show up and be like, no, I want to destroy the schism and attack Maxwell is odd. I have a hard... I mean, it's... I don't have a hard time believing Muse would just want someone to tell her what to do. That's very consistent with her character. I do have a hard time believing that Maxwell and the Four and us would all get overwhelmed by those two. Granted, they had surprise on their side and they acted decisively and quickly, but still, it's just there were so many overwhelmingly powerful people in that room. Now, granted, you could argue that Maxwell and us were all exhausted from the battle, but the Four shouldn't have been. I guess the game may have expected me to have them tethered to Mila, and so they would be. I guess it makes sense. I definitely thought I was getting towards the end, and I was just like, what about Gaius? And then there's this whole other thing. And again, not to belabor the point too much, but the whole, I kind of, when with Maxwell, Olympius dug their own grave, and now they have to lie in it. I feel like we're putting the lives of thousands and tens of thousands of spirits and humans at risk by letting Olympius in, because they've definitely shown their hostile intent. So, I'm not a fan of that, but we'll see where the plot goes. It's been a really long episode. I will close it up. I was just like, I can't just let it sit. I can't let it stay. So, thank you very much for listening, and I know I did a lot of speculation, a lot of discussion in this episode, so for those of you who like that, hope you liked it. For those of you that don't, I apologize.